Hey, what's going on, guys? Kaoiji here. So I'm going to use this video as a little bit of a conversation starter really quick. In my previous video, I gave you guys the news that the graphics engine for PSO2 is coming. And with that, that also means the fact that character models are also going to be updated, which means that a lot of our costumes will not be able to work on the new Genesis body type. Now, this is something that was known to us back when they first announced the character creator with the new Genesis information. And since then, there has been a lot of conversation, but now it seems like the conversation has shifted a little bit. There are a lot of players that are angry at the fact that their outfits are now going to be outdated and they won't be able to work on the new Genesis body type simply because they think that the new Genesis body types only really support finger movement. And while, to be completely honest with you, that's one of the main draws behind the new Genesis body types, it's also to be able to support the new texture functions as well as additional things that are going to be happening within Phantasy Star Online New Genesis that we may not have access to or even know about yet. So before I get into my opinions and some of my thoughts about this, I want you guys to put in the comments below, are you guys angry about not being able to use a lot of your outfits because you might need to reacquire said outfits for the new Genesis version? Or are you kind of just like, I'll get them when I get them. They serve their purpose while they are here and moving on going forward. So leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. So let's get into some of my thoughts behind this topic really quick, because it's been something that I've been thinking about since they first announced the character creator New Genesis. And they said that New Genesis body types are only going to be able to use New Genesis outfits. However, accessories and stuff like that will be able to be used regardless. So when I hear that, I already immediately assume that some of the outfits that we're going to be using currently right now are going to be outdated, or they're at least going to need some sort of update pass to be able to be used on New Genesis body types. But when I think about this, I think it's feasibly impossible to expect every single outfit that's currently available in Phantasy Star Online 2 to be updated. One of the big reasons behind that is because it's going to require a lot of development power and a team pretty much dedicated to that exclusively. Because if you even look at the Japanese version of the game, there have been outfits that haven't come back since the game's inception back in 2012. There have even been collaboration outfits that still, even though they've updated the graphics engine once before, that look incredibly out of date and just don't fit. A lot of players in global kind of don't see that at the moment because every single one of the outfits that we got are actually among some of the newer ones, as well as some of the more popular ones that have been in Phantasy Star Online 2. And even when I just think about specifically global players, I completely understand the frustration behind it, and I'm not trying to dismiss that by any means, because you've grown attached to some of the outfit pieces and some of the costumes and cosplay, or even things that you've been using for the better half of a year. Holy shit, global's almost been out a year already. What the hell, man? Meh. So it's rightfully understood that a lot of you guys would in fact be frustrated, especially the global side of the game. But I present you the idea that the updated outfits would be no different than another AC scratch being re-released, or even a brand new collaboration or anything like that being released as well. Meaning that as the game continues to move forward and as the game continues to release new fashion, there will always be some sort of update or at least some sort of new costume that you're going to be wearing. And in this case, now all of your new costumes just support a different body type. The way that outfits currently work in Phantasy Star Online 2 is basically it kind of like alters the body of the character ever so slightly, so that way that outfit piece can fit snugly on your character without looking some sort of like weird and whatnot. Now, this is a very common thing when it comes to video games, especially games from back in 2012. So being able to revive every single outfit is very much so a kind of daunting task for any one developer, regardless of how much manpower you have on your team to be able to undertake. Use the example that Final Fantasy XIV players had when the Viera and the Hrothgar were released. They didn't get any of the new helmets or any helmets basically ever, mainly because it takes too much manpower to be able to develop every single one of these for those races. Because rather than altering the size, you would have to alter the way that it actually carries on those classes and races on their own. So when we start talking about the new type bodies, which is the actual name for them, just to make the conversation easier, because of the body proportions, it would really make it a little bit more difficult for these outfits to be able to be matched on the new body types. Now, what I personally think that should happen is all of the most popular outfits, like some of the t-shirts, some of the hoodies, some of the outerwear, a lot of those should in fact be updated to the new standard, or at least have a variant to where you maybe pay an additional cost to be able to trade it in for the new Genesis variant. Because to be completely honest with you, a year from now, when we're all playing new Genesis, all of us are going to be using the new Genesis body types, and I fully believe that not every single outfit will come back. So having things that are like, these are the most popular costumes that appeared on global or in the Japanese side, and then having a trade-in that allows you to be able to get said outfits by trading up, maybe with like Star Gems or AC, and then just going forward from there. Some of the outfits that should 100% be a new Genesis ready, and if they were to implement a trade-in, should be the Episode 6 Deluxe, the Phantasy Star Universe ones, the Phantasy Star Online ones, the Near Automata ones, mainly because at least on the global side, we had to buy those completely outright and they weren't tied to an AC scratch. And even in the Japanese side, so all of these outfits were tied to an AC scratch. So even if you were to revive the AC scratches entirely, not everybody who currently still uses those outfits will feel like that's a slap in the face. But anyway, I just wanted to get that conversation out there really quick because I feel like this is something that we should be discussing, or at least having a civil conversation. A lot of the comments that I've seen, you know, on Reddit and a couple of the other places have just been angry and toxic, and that's not what I'm about. I like having the good vibes, I like having a good time, but I still believe that them bringing up the conversation is a very good talking point and a very good way to be able to discuss things. Just maybe not their methods or the tone that they're using to discuss these topics. Now, keep in mind that we don't actually know the full details on some of the ways that they're going to be introducing the AC scratch, or even some of the original outfits, some of them coming back. So far as I'm aware, is it just going to be revived via AC scratch, so we don't actually know if maybe they have plans or intentions to be able to take some of those outfits that are going to be in this AC scratch and do some of the things that I was talking about just a second ago. I'm not gonna lie to you, I like stumbled over my words. I don't know why. But the other thing to keep in mind is that a lot of our accessories, such as like the nail skins, the body paint, a lot of those things, they are going to be able to be used in the new Genesis body types. At least those are what we know so far. And then all of our accessories are also going to be able to be used on the new Genesis body types as well. So now I leave the floor open to you. What are your thoughts? What are the things that you guys are worried about? What are your concerns? Leave this as the place that you guys can just flesh out everything. And then hopefully I'll be able to, you know, respond to all of them, or at least read them all, and then maybe follow up on another video talking about some of the comments that you guys left. I stopped short on saying left, and I have no idea why. Thank you guys again for watching, and thank you guys again for always being amazing. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the comments and in the next video. Peace. I'm out.